Hello fellow survivors, and welcome to a brief video about Safehouse customization and an issue with it that's kind of immersion breaking but easy to fix if we do it right. But let me explain what I'm talking about. So with the latest patch, the Broken Silence, they added Safehouse customization to the game, meaning base building, which means you can now decorate most interiors in the game. Let me show you. Now there's a lot to show here, so we're not going to go through the entire Safehouse customization. That will be for a different video. I'm just going to show the brief gist of how it works and then what the issue is with it. So right now, here we are in the Pleasant Valley Farmstead. And as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff around, right? There's loot to be found that we can pick up, and there's also cupboards to search, and there's also the stuff around here. There's things we can't really interact with, like say these bowls are kind of blocking what we want to do, so that's all annoying. But then you can click this new function, which is Y on the computer. You can enter Safehouse mode, which looks like this. And now basically everything that's outlined in blue is things you can interact with, plus loot. So this loot, for example, here isn't interacted with, but you can pick it up and move it if you want to. But now you can do all sorts of things, like this thing here. We couldn't, this one you couldn't really back with before, but now you can take it or you can destroy it. And isn't that nice? I can go back to this shelf here and I can take these bowls out, or I can destroy them. This one seems to have to destroy it, it seems. Wait, no, that's actually the plate. Destroy the plate. And if I want to, I can do even better. I can move the entire shelf. And I now can place this shelf, like, say, over here. And now that's, if I exit now that shelf is there rather than here. Isn't that nice? Very, very cool feature. And you can also go in your crafting, in your crafting section here, and you can build all sorts of stuff like beds or rugs or figurines and all sorts of stuff, provided you have the tools to do so. So that's really great. Another thing also, you can just remove the junk. See all this stuff on the floor? Well, there's a button, clear junk, which literally just whoop, gets rid of all that stuff. And there you have it. You can now make your own base. You can move stuff around. You can tidy. You can take stuff and take it, put it in your inventory, put it somewhere else in a different base, and so on and so forth. And this is all great. Well, this is a fantastic feature. It's going to add a lot of stuff to the game. I look forward to seeing what people do. I look forward to making my own bases. And I love it. It's really cool. It's not really base building per se, but rather making yourself comfortable in your own base. So that's great. So what's the issue? Well, there is one issue with it that's a little bit annoying, and to do that we have to go into the night. So bear with. Okay, so here we are again at the Pleasant Valley Farm, just as an example, but now it's the middle of the night. It's dark outside, there's no aurora, there's no stars, it's completely dark, so there's no real light source or anything. Now imagine now that I were to enter this place. I'm coming here for the first time. I go inside, I think, oh, I'm finally safe, let's get some sleep. And I come in and it's like, oh dear, I can't see anything. There's not even light coming through the windows because it's just too dark. And I get completely lost. Now, many of you who have seen my previous videos will know that I actually have gotten lost in this particular building a few times. And I end up just passing time until it gets light. Here's the issue though, because of Safehouse customization, you could just click Y and enter Safehouse mode. And if you do that, this happens. Voila. See, the thing is, you can't see anything, but all the objects are still highlighted and you can interact with them. And the problem now is that you effectively get night vision and you can walk around and just do whatever you want. And you can easily now navigate the entire house in the dark. Now, on the one hand, this isn't so bad, because it's if you were living in this house and you couldn't see anything, you probably would know your way around. Like, I can navigate my house in the dark. So I guess it makes kind of sense that you can like have a feel for where you are in the dark, because you know the place and you can kind of feel your way around the stairs and so on. But it's a little bit silly that now when you come into a place you've never been in before, you enter it, turn on Safehouse customization, and then you can see everything. Now this only applies to buildings. It doesn't really apply to most caves and that sort of thing, but it does apply to most interiors like this. So I can now use this mode to navigate in the dark, which it makes things a lot easier, and it basically removes an entire survival issue where you would normally struggle in the dark to figure out what to do. Okay, so that's a problem. However, there is a pretty simple solution to this problem, in my opinion. You see, it depends on the time of day. Right now, if you look at the time, it's basically midnight, and it's dark, so there's a lot of stuff I cannot do. If I enter Safehouse Customization and look around, I can break stuff down, but that's because we're in Safehouse mode. If I want to break other things down, it depends on tools and light. For example, this chair here. If I want to break this down, I need a hatchet. And if I have a hatchet, I need light to break it down. And there are some that doesn't require this. For example, this chair over here. If I try to break this down, you can do it by hand. And things that requires hand, you can do in the dark. For example, like this. So that's fine. But most things are otherwise limited. So for example, now I'm in the pitch dark, and if I go into my inventory and I have this book, this reading book, if I want to read this book and try and read it now, it will give me this message. It's too dark to read. It doesn't work. I need light. There is no light, so I can't read it. The only way to do it is to wait until it's daytime. And when is it daytime? Well, it's daytime or light when the beams of the sun, the horizontal beams, are above the horizon. So if you pay attention to the timer in the top right now, if I pass time and we wait until the moon goes down and the sun is basically halfway up on the horizon, then I can actually read the book and do different actions. So almost there, and it's pretty much exactly there. See now how the horizontal lines of the sun is above the horizon? This means it's basically daytime now. So even if I can't see anything, it's still dark, I can actually now do actions like reading. So now I can read this. It won't work because I'll be dehydrated, but you get to it. So here you can see I'm reading. See, now it works because it's daytime. I didn't finish it because I got thirsty, but that's beside the point. So you see this actually enables it. So I think a very easy fix to this is quite simple. You can only enter Safehouse mode when the sun is up. Simple as that. So when the sun is up, if you're able to read a book, you're also able to enter Safehouse mode. And that's as simple as it is. Alternatively, you can say that light is required. So for example, if I have a flare, it's the same thing. You can now read a book while the flare is going. So then you can also enter Safehouse mode, something like that. And I think that would be better because, in my opinion, if you enter an area you've never been in before and you're like, oh, I'm lost, it's so dark here, you can just enter Safehouse mode, look around, and also some loot will show. Oh, there's wires on here, I didn't see that. Oh, that's good. Good thing I turned on this, so I would have missed that loot. See what I mean? Oh, here's matches. Oh, I could have missed that. So it's so much easier. And it's not a big issue, but it does make the game a lot easier and reduces the difficulty across all playthroughs, in my opinion. So yeah, that would be my suggestion to this. Basically, make it so that Safehouse customization is only accessible when the sun is up or when you have a light source. That way, you still have the darkness. Now, of course, in caves and that sort of thing, which you can't use this mode for, that doesn't change, but all the interiors, it does change. I mean, how many times have you gone to the rural store in Pleasant Valley and tried to find the matches in the dark? Well, now that's going to be super easy because you can just do this and you'll find them. So it kind of takes away the whole aspect of darkness completely. And it's not a big deal, but it would be better if this was limited, in my opinion. Maybe at least on difficulties above Pilgrim mode, for example. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Is this a really bad thing? Should they fix it? Or is it just fine the way it is? Let me know.